The entertainment and sports arena on a beautiful Thursday evening. The Washington Mystics welcoming in the Atlanta Dream for the first time in D.C. this season. The second matchup between the two teams. They caught up in Atlanta on Sunday afternoon. That one didn't go the way of the Mystics as we welcome you inside ESA. As always, joined by my partner, Christy Winters-Scott. I'm Megan McPeak. Welcome to the MedStar Health pregame show. And Christy, as I mentioned, the Mystics trying to turn things around from Sunday. Unfortunately, they'll be without the services of the reigning Eastern Conference Player of the Week in Tina Charles, who, if you're just joining us, is at the Tribeca Film Festival.
Well, Game Changers is not her first film, but her second film that she has directed and produced. Definitely going to miss the league's leading scorer, 24 points a game, in Tina Charles tonight.
And you see her numbers throughout this season and what she's been able to do for the Mystics. And when you look at the Mystics, sometimes home cooking works in their favor, especially in the month of June.
Well, Washington has really been clicking on all cylinders down here on Oak Street at ESA. 89 points a game in June, and they still hold the most three-point made shots in the league for this season. They did that on May 21st against New York.
Something else that's changing a little bit, Alicia is actually on the road, so we're going to take Alicia's angles on the road. Check it out.
Well, I think tonight the biggest key, one is just being patient on the offensive end. Atlanta's a team that thrives off of turnovers, high energy, so I think we have to match that right from the beginning. And then I think on the flip side, just on the defensive end, not allowing their three guards to be as efficient as they were. Atlanta is a great one-on-one team. For us to have success against them, we have to make their shots tough. We can't let them get in a rhythm, get in a flow, because they're very much when they're hot, and it's hard to slow them down. So I think if we can just lock in defensively, making their shots tough for them, and then just being patient on the offensive end and not allowing them to speed us up, I think we'll have some success against them tonight.
And part of tonight's game, Christy, a huge part is going to be taking care of the basketball.
Oh, no question about it. Just take a look at the numbers here. Atlanta is a team that wants to speed you up. They want to run traps at you. Don't know when they're coming or how often they will be coming at you like that. But the Mystics, they have done a great job this season. They're third best in the WNBA in terms of taking good care of the basketball. Just under 13 turnovers per game for them, but you're looking at this Atlanta team, they are first in the league in steals, just under 10 per game. They are third best in turning teams over in terms of points per game off of those turnovers, 17 points they manufacture from their defensive efforts. So Washington has to make good use of their possessions on the offensive end because Atlanta will be coming for them in that way.
The Mystics are back, and MedStar Health is not only rooting for the Mystics, they're working to make sure everyone, from the players to the fans, stays healthy. MedStar Health, it's how we treat people. Don't worry, we've got hoops coming on the other side of this one. We've got lineups and tip-off from the nation's capital, the Dream, the Mystics, next. Welcome back to ESA here in Southeast D.C. as we get set for tip-off. Tonight's starting lineup is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And it will be for the Atlanta Dream, Odyssey Sims, Elizabeth Williams, Courtney Williams, Tiffany Hayes, and Cheyenne Parker. And for the Mystics, a couple of changes. Natasha Cloud, Ariel Atkins remain the same. Sydney Weiss getting back into the lineup after the ankle injury. Maisha Hines-Allen, and in place of Tina Charles, Teresa Plaisance. And Christy, it's time. Let's get a handle on tonight's ballgame.
Well, what Washington needs to do defensively, they've got to contain the perimeter. Players for Atlanta, Courtney Williams, Tiffany Hayes, and Odyssey Sims, they averaged 52 points per game in the 5 games that they have played together for the Dream. And on the offensive side, they've got to utilize their speed and size against this Atlanta team. They're going to go small lineup in the absence of Tina Charles, so they have to spread the offense. And what that affords the team to do is attack the gaps and get to the rim for high percentage shots.
The Mystics trying to turn things around, as we mentioned, and Coach T at the helm in his 9th season here in D.C. He's actually looking for his career 350th win. He's at 349 right now, so hopefully they can get it done tonight. And on the other side, a coaching change, if you will, for the Atlanta Dream. Head coach Nikki Cullen accepted the job at the women's basketball program for the Baylor Bears. Enter in interim head coach Mike Peterson, who's been with the team for a few years as well.
That happened right before the season tipped off, and he has his staff in place. Darius Taylor, Lakeisha Frett, who is known to a lot in Virginia, especially down in the Hampton Roads area, and Dania LaForce Mann. And if you don't know her, you may know her son, Terrence Mann. He is in his second season with the LA Clippers, who are rocking and rolling in the NBA playoffs.
As we get underway, our officials this evening, it will be Billy Smith, Fatu Sissoko-Stevens, and John Connolly, who will throw it up. Hines, Allen, and Williams will be at center to jump it up. And John just having a conversation with Courtney. As the Dream will hold first possession here this evening.
Well, it's good to see Sydney Weiss back on the floor for the Washington Mystics. She had missed time because she had an injured ankle, so she needs to supply some offense, but she is long and lanky on the defensive end to be disruptive as well.
And Cheyenne Parker getting things going here early on for the Dream with that jumper.
Well, Cheyenne Parker, she has been playing so well. She's shooting 39% from three coming into this game. She's 6'4", 6'5". She can stretch the floor for Atlanta as well.
Comes up with the block defensively there, using that 6'4", 6'5" frame.
Oof, that was all ball by Cheyenne Parker.
Attacking here is Parker. Count the bucket and the foul. That's going to be the first on Plaisance, and Parker going to head to the free throw line.
Well, Washington, they're in their man-to-man defense, but they play it tight. They want to pack the paint so you don't have this kind of penetration and drive. We're talking about containing the perimeter players for Atlanta, but how about just contain the painted area? Cheyenne Parker is going to work, knocked in a three, and then gotten herself to the basket.
And she's still getting into rhythm. She missed 6 games due to health and safety COVID protocols, so still working herself into this Dream system.
Well, she looked great on Sunday when they played Washington down in Atlanta. They had 4 players in double figures for the Dream in that big 23-point win over the Mystics.
Hines Allen off her miss, lays that back up and in.
Maisha Hines Allen, you love to see it. All-league player, second team All-WNBA last year, had a breakout season, was up for most improved player, which I thought she had earned. Benija Laney ended up winning it, but either one of them deserved it. They were just fantastic last season.
Parker finding the teeth in the defense, getting right down there. She's got the first 6 points now for the Dream.
You have to keep your head on a swivel. If your man doesn't have the ball, that doesn't mean you relax. You've got to be alert.
Courtney Williams off the steal. In transition, that's Hayes with the lay-in.
Tiffany Hayes is a blur on the offensive end for Atlanta. I tell you what, she doesn't take any time to get herself to the basket and finish. And she's so smooth with her game as well.
Cloud down to Hines Allen. 10 on the shot clock, going at Williams. That one doesn't fall for Hines Allen. Here's Sims, who that game on Sunday had arguably her best performance in a Dream uniform.
And she did. It was season best, 16 points. And she was clicking, especially in the second half when Atlanta picked up their pace.
And a great move by Ariel Atkins, a little show and go to avoid the defense.
Ariel Atkins, another player who has just come into her own, especially after last season, on and off of the court. The utilization of her voice and just her basketball acumen has just really matured.
Hayes throwing that one away. Hines Allen, though, lost the handle. Bodies on the floor. And it will be a jump ball as Hines Allen, Hayes, and Williams all on the floor.
Take a look at Ariel Atkins getting downhill, the little 1-2 step, and gets it to go. And she had the little emphasis coming up the floor. And you love to see that kind of passion in Ariel Atkins. She's mostly poker-faced with her emotions on the floor, but when she gets fired up or has a little extra zazazoo is what I like to call it, a little extra pizzazz, I'd love to see that in her.
So Hayes and Hines Allen will jump it up. Don Conley again, directing a little bit of jump ball traffic here.
Again.
At least he's on it. He's
exactly.
Traffic conductor there.
Exactly.
And a backcourt violation. Communication, one thing, along with purposeful passing, was something that Coach T mentioned to us before this game.
No question, and all of the players all week after practice, you know, leading up to this game, they just played on Sunday. You know, they don't have the services of Tina Charles, so what's the biggest key? Communication on both sides.
Plaisance, her three doesn't fall.
She had 10 points on Sunday. Teresa Plaisance really did a good job coming in and making her presence felt.
Williams, left that one short. Plaisance trying to beat Williams down the floor. She does, lays it up and in.
Stopped on a dime, Teresa Plaisance. That's how you run the floor. How do you get a touch? Post players sometimes wonder that. Run the floor. Get an easy run out finish.
Hayes' layup doesn't go. Hines Allen with the rebound. Cloud pushing. The bounce pass. Hines Allen stops on a dime. 2 up and in.
And that's Elizabeth Williams, one of the best shot blockers in the WNBA. She had her off rhythm. So wise choice to go and take that one up when she had Elizabeth Williams frozen for a beat.
6-0 run for the Mystics. Williams, they're going to say long two from Courtney Williams, and she's very familiar with these rims.
Hey, listen, Courtney Williams is a killer. I mean, she's a bucket. She is a flat bucket.
And a beautiful attack from Natasha Cloud as she gets the lay-in.
Natasha Cloud this season 4th in the WNBA in assist, and you really haven't seen her offensive production level out to what it was 2 seasons ago, but it's a different lineup. So she's doing what the team needs for this year, and it's going to be an evolution. But what she's doing to manage the floor, you love to see that in her.
So Parker and Williams will get a breather for the Dream. That will bring in Monique Billings and a very familiar face in Tiana Hawkins, making her first return to DC.
Yes, Tiana Hawkins, she is a DMVer, played at Riverdale Baptist High School. It's down the road here in PG County, Maryland. And her son Emmanuel just turned 6 years old, so little E, happy birthday, little guy.
Some defense there from the Dream. Billings was there. Yeah, little E is not so little anymore.
I know.
But at the end of the day, to everyone in a Mystics fan and uniform, he's going to be little E.
Always. But right here, here's the tie-up. Billings got all ball on that one, tying up Maisha Hines Allen.
John Conley's really good at this jump ball traffic direction. He's at it again. He's making sure everybody's in the proper positions. Nobody's trying to sneak in there. Billings couldn't collect. Williams saves it into the hands of Sims. Quick touch, Billings. And they're going to get an offensive foul. Quick decision there by Ariel Atkins.
And quick, decisive footwork on the defensive end to establish herself as a legal defender. Watch Atkins right here. Feet planted, take the hit in the chest, square body, and she's giving herself a round of applause, as she should. That's great defense by Atkins.
Midway through the first quarter here in DC, tied at 10. Atkins goes down to the ground. They're going to say a jump ball. That winded me out with her landing on the ball there. A timeout, and we will take it with them. Coach T having a conversation. We're tied at 10. Back to DC, tied at 10 apiece. And Christy, you've got something for us on the telestrator.
Absolutely. I have a connection of the dots. So you see Maisha Hines Allen right here, and the receiver and the recipient of a great pass is Teresa Plaisance. Roll it. Maisha just cleared the glass. The initiator pushes pace with the ball. All you have to do is catch and shoot. If you sprint the floor like Teresa Plaisance does, and all she has to do is point back up to her like that's a great pass.
And back out of the timeout, it will be Atkins and Hayes for the jump ball. And a quick point update. Hines Allen, 4 points, 5 rebounds, 2 of them on the offensive end. Christy, she's out-rebounded the Dream herself so far, 5-3.
And that's a lot to be said. I mean, this Atlanta Dream team, especially on the offensive boards, they lead the league there with just under 12 offensive boards per game.
Courtney Williams, smooth jump shot, gets that to fall.
Ariel Atkins also fell. Hopefully she's okay after that one.
Especially with the back injury that she's been playing through so far. Shavonte Zealous into the ball game after that timeout. Here's Williams, picked up by Weeks. Now with Sims. Hayes, 10 on the shot clock. Hawkins. Sims the three, and she connects. Ball movement worked for the Dream there.
Nice patience by Atlanta on that offensive possession. And, you know, Odyssey Sims coming into this game, Megan, is only shooting 18% from three, so that one falling for her.
Billings with the steal and the lay-in.
Steal and score mentality. That's what Atlanta brings to the floor every single time they play. And what you can't do is throw straight line passes. You got to throw a fake or ball fake it or make some misdirections because they are on it.
Billings with the block. Currently Atlanta on a 7-0 run here. Williams, the quick cross, the reverse lay-in goes. 9-point lead here. 3 minutes to go now in this opening quarter in DC. Cloud, Hines Allen, around the horn. Atkins with it in the corner. Step back. That one doesn't go. Weiss trying to track it down. Stays with Williams.
Well, that's a tough shot for Washington. The ball stuck on that left side. It's got to get to that second side a couple of times and make that defense work for Atlanta.
Sims works off Hawkins. Pull-up jumper. The southpaw just looks really pretty. I'm sorry, I gotta say it.
It is. I mean, we're looking at Odyssey Sims. Last season, she played after giving birth to her son.
Yes.
I mean, she played after about 3.5, 4 months. But we just love to see Tiana Hawkins, a mom. We love to see Odyssey Sims. But they're out here. They're professional athletes. And they are really making a statement in that way.
And a defensive technical foul called on the Dream, and Coach T and Tiana Hawkins having a good laugh, a good conversation. I imagine you're saying, we got you there.
That's all love. You know, Tiana Hawkins giving him a smile right back.
Atkins gets the technical free throw to go. The lead still remains at 10 for the Dream.
See if Washington can kind of carve this deficit down with the spacing of the floor we talked about being so important for the Mystics. And that time, you see a little bit of a miscommunication between Cloud and Zealous. Cloud wanted her to move to that pass, and Zealous wanted it to come to her.
Williams off the pump fake, in the paint, kicks it. McDonald off the mark. Gary McDonald out of Arizona into the ball game.
Well, I love her. She averaged 25 points in 6 games in the tournament.
Zealous short on that lay-in. Beautiful pass from Cloud. Here's McDonald again. Cross court. Hayes steps into one, does not fall. Leilani Mitchell into the ball game for the Mystics. She's on the rebound.
Washington, they're in the top 3 in the league in terms of offensive efficiency, and that needs to improve, and that's a good way to fix that at the beginning of this game because they have had some empty possessions, Megan, on the offensive side.
That was a beautiful move from Plaisance, fading off 1 foot. Williams, 10 on the shot clock for Atlanta. Attacking. Keeps it. 4 seconds now. 2 seconds. Still with it. Plaisance staying with her. And a shot clock violation. Huge credit to Plaisance moving her feet.
Fantastic defense there by Teresa Plaisance. Let's see some great offense on the previous possession. A little Elena Deladon, Emma Miesman-esque on that one by Plaisance.
Under a minute now. I like it. Elena Miesman. Does that work?
I like it.
We'll put them together.
Let's go.
Emma Deladon. It's one move by the both. We'll put it together.
Exactly.
McDonald works off Hawkins. Defense is there to take it away for the Mystics. Cloud kicks. Zealous. Jumper doesn't go. Hawkins with the rebound. Atlanta could play for the final shot of the quarter.
I thought Zealous had Atkins on the one more to the corner. The rhythm of that offensive play should have been that extra pass being made for that open look. Zealous had someone closing out on her.
Williams, 2 seconds, rises. It does not go. Zealous, good defense there, sticking with her as the Mystics trail the Atlanta Dream here after 1 quarter of basketball on a Dream 11-3 run. It's 21-13 Atlanta. Club 52 memberships for the 2022 season are on sale now. Secure your membership for the next season to see your Mystics in action right here at ESA. Plus, enjoy access to team store discounts, invitation to member exclusive events, and more. Visit WashingtonMystics.com/Club52 or call 877-DC-HOOP1 to join the club today. And Tiana Hawkins right there just got her welcome back tribute video, and the crowd giving her a well-deserved standing ovation.
And I gave her one of the tears out of my right eye, too, because she's just so well-loved in this DMV area.
Plaisance, the 3. Great start to the second quarter.
Give the ball to Teresa Plaisance. I mean, she is rolling and in a great rhythm on the offensive end for the Mystics.
Hayes. Kicks. Hawkins, extra one to Williams. Hesitation, doesn't go. Loose ball collected on the rebound by Plaisance. Mitchell attacking, gets between the defense, has it taken away by Billings. Hayes, they go down low. Hawkins lays it up and in.
Tiana Hawkins, I mean, that's what she does so very well. She gets connected to a body in the paint. And what that affords her is she can now make any move she wants to because the defender is stuck behind.
Reese, the step through, had it stripped. McDonald, Williams, pull up in transition, the jumper falls.
Listen, hey man, Courtney Williams, her mid-range game, I mean, Simone Augustus had a vicious mid-range game. Deanna Nolan before her in the WNBA, same deal. I put her in that same category in terms of how efficient she is from that spot on the court.
Stella Johnson commits the foul after the turnover on Hayes. She was the recipient of that. To your point, Christy.
A little extracurricular activity here. And Stella Johnson, now in her second season out of Ryder, tries to make a pass. Now, you can't make direct passes against this Atlanta Dream defense. And Tiffany Hayes all over it. And that's what you do. When you have a team that's that ravenous on the defensive end, you know they're going to bite. If you show them the ball, you know they're going to bite for that, get them out of position, fake that pass, and then make the pass that you want. But you're not going to be able to throw direct line passes against this kind of aggressiveness on the defensive end by Atlanta. And that's why they lead the league in steals with 9.5 per game.
The officials taking a look at that foul. Once we get a update from them, we'll let you know exactly what the call is. The foul stands right now as it is on Stella Johnson. They're looking to see if it was a clear path foul. To your point that you were making a moment ago as well too, Christy, about Courtney Williams and her efficiency in the mid-range. Last season in the bubble, she shot 23.5%. She's nearly doubled that efficiency this season, up to now 41.5%, and also 42% from 3.
Yeah.
She's it's the epitome of efficiency when you see her play the way she does.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, this is a player this season who has really taken it upon herself to be that offensive juggernaut and be a problem for people. I mean, she had 31 points in the overtime victory at New York back in May. And that, I mean, if you saw that game, you know exactly what we're talking about in terms of what she's able to do on the floor and the energy that she provides to her team.
So the ruling on the floor remains just a common foul, no clear path foul. And you see the steals there. This is what the Dream do. They not only turn you over, but they get in passing lanes and create themselves the ability to steal the ball and go back the other way.
Well, they're disruptive. And if they deflect a pass, even if they don't steal it, they're going to make you think twice and maybe 3 times the next time you want to make that same play.
Hayes drops it inside to Parker. She lays it up and in. The Mystics 7 made field goals in this quarter. They've got 7 turnovers.
We said Washington, they're 3rd best in the WNBA in terms of taking good care of the basketball, 12.7 turnovers per game on average.
Mitchell, that one well off the mark. Johnson saves it, and she throws it off of Hawkins. So it will stay Mystics basketball.
Well, that's the extra effort you want to see from young players. You want to see that from anybody, but watch Stella Johnson. She's not going to give up on the play. Hey, there's still a possession to fight for. She fought for it and won.
Hines Allen. Count it at the buzzer as the shot clock's winding down.
But see, that's because Stella Johnson saved that possession. And that's what Washington needs more of, that kind of grit and hustle.
Inside to Parker. Turns, plays on, stops her, kicks it. Hawkins 3. Doesn't go. Mitchell with the rebound.
Hawkins has been struggling from 3 this season. That's something that we knew about her here in DC, where she was very efficient from that range.
Hines Allen does not get that to go. A 27-19 lead here for the Dream in the second quarter. Here's McDonald. Parker the 3. In and out. Mitchell collects and controls.
I love the box out. Both players with the full body on, understanding that Atlanta leads the WNBA in offensive boards. They were connected to bodies on that.
Hines Allen gets Parker to bite a little bit on that pump fake, just enough to get by her.
It's just that quick hitch, that quick fake. I'm telling you, you utilize that, you open up paths to success.
Parker met by Plaisance, and a turnover will take possession to the Mystics. Plaisance does a fantastic job, Christy, of using the rule of verticality, but also not leaving her feet.
Well, her mom is a coach. Doobie Plaisance is her mom, Division I coach who, you know, Teresa just learned so much about the game because she was around it all the time. And it's just really fun to see everything evolve for her in that way because of that experience she had with her mom.
Cloud losing the handle as she's back into the ball game, along with Ariel Atkins now trying to hawk Courtney Williams. The Mystics almost come away with that as Crystal Bradford pass gets tipped out of bounds, and a timeout on the floor. A 6-point lead here for Atlanta in the second quarter. Just under 6 to play. Hey Mystics fans, it's that time of year again. It's your chance to select your favorite Mystics player to be a 2021 WNBA All-Star. To cast your vote, visit the new WNBA app on your mobile device or go to WNBA.com to vote Mystics now. And you've got a choice. I mean, there's so many to pick from right now.
Oh, you love it. Hey, listen, when you have the USA team playing the All-Stars from the WNBA on July 14th in Vegas, hey, you've got it made. That's going to be so much fun to watch.
Parker, after the timeout, is fouled. They call that on Atkins. She will head to the free throw line. The only thing I wish that they would do is tell us the USA basketball roster so we know
right.
who we can vote for.
Exactly.
Because what if we vote for all the USA basketball players and then we've kind of thrown off the voting?
True.
Do you know what I'm
that's
saying?
true. Oh, absolutely.
Like, let us give us, Don.
Maybe
Come on, Coach Stacey, give us a heads up on who you might be, taking. Let us know.
We all have a good idea.
And Hines Allen down on behind the bench. She's going to head to the free throw line. As soon as we get an update on what's going on with her, we will let you know. And this is hopefully nothing bad, as the Mystics are riddled with injuries right now.
Erica McCall is also out this game. She's on the bench in full sweats, and she aggravated something today at shoot-around, so she's not available either.
Reese's three's off the mark. Plaisance getting after it with Parker as she ties her up well. That is something that you can't really teach, is timing when to get your paws in there.
Oh, yeah. And you got to go straight for the ball, because once you get a piece of that forearm or something like that, they're going to call a foul. So, yes, got to go right in there on the top and underneath. We're going to try to rip that ball out of there.
Mystics retain the possession off the jump. Bradford off the steal. Lays it up and in. Atkins attacking. Kicks. Weiss in the corner. Doesn't fall.
Weiss is going to get it. I mean, he said she's just back from that ankle injury that kept her out for a handful of games, but that's her role. She's going to come in and knock those threes down. She's shooting 48% coming into this game from range.
Odyssey Sims is fouled. She will head to the free throw line. And Chrissy, I wanted to ask you about something. So far tonight, in over 10 minutes, Ariel Atkins only 1 of 3 for 3 points. Not many shots being taken by her. And I want to ask, because we asked Coach T this I asked him this morning regarding Natasha Cloud and her production. Could the same be said, what he said about about Ariel, that because they typically will get the best guard on the other team, that maybe she's fatigued a bit, even though it is still early on, and that's playing a role into not many field goals so far?
Well, it's tough. I mean, when you are obviously short in number now in terms of your rotation, and this Atlanta team has some quick guards on it, even coming off the bench as well. They have a lot of depth and speed. So yes, you're chasing on the offensive end. You're, going through it. And yeah, that shot was indicative of possibly some fatigue with regards to that.
And that's a shot that we've seen Ariel Atkins make. This is where we think Hines Allen. See, as she's sliding, she just starts to, something in that left leg starts to bother her.
Yeah, very odd.
She went back to the locker room with trainer Shalisa Fonza, so hopefully we can get an update for you as a finger roll from Tiffany Hayes falls.
I mean, the faces that I'm making between Courtney Williams' shots and Tiffany Hayes' shots, I mean, just so smooth with their offensive play.
Sydney Weiss snaps an 8-0 Atlanta run with that 3, and she will get an opportunity for a 4-point play.
Well, that's what you do. If you're Sydney Weiss, spot up in the corner. The lefty lets it fly. 3-ball corner pocket, that's down.
Doesn't get the free throw, but Ariel Atkins is there, too strong on the putback.
Now that's very uncharacteristic.
Right.
I mean, the last shot, okay, we chalked that one up to possible fatigue. You see her touching her temples there, like,
even she's like, what am I doing?
We're on to the next one. We're on to the next one. And you have to have that kind of amnesia. Great job there by Weiss, who comes out, but you have to have that kind of amnesia. When things don't go your way, shots you normally make aren't falling. You can't get in your head about it. You got to move on to the next one.
Elizabeth Williams with the and one opportunity as she gets the bucket and the foul. They'll call it on Shavante Zealous. And typically, we've seen Ariel Atkins have slumps, tough nights, and she is always, next one's going in, next one's going in.
Of course, and that's how you have to approach the game. It's not always going to go your way. It's a life lesson, too. It's not always going to be a sunny day. Sometimes it's going to rain. Sometimes you got to be ready.
It's not always sunny in Philadelphia.
That's right. Let's keep it moving. See what you did there.
As Williams gets the three-point play with the free throw. 38-24 lead here. Just under 4 minutes to play. Plaisance turns, faces, knocks it down.
I think Teresa Plaisance was shocked that she was that wide open out of Washington's horn set, and what they'd like to do with that, they like to isolate inside. That's usually where we see Tina Charles operating.
A turnover there from the Dream.
And we spoke about how Tina Charles is at the Tribeca Film Festival up in New York. Directed and produced her second film called Game Changers. She's up there today for the opener.
That was only the 6th turnover by the Dream as Ariel Atkins. I feel like I was just saying, she knows the next one's going in.
You have to understand that. I mean, shoot or shoot. That's the bottom line. Shoot the ball.
Back-to-back turnovers now for the Dream. Mystics able to capitalize off the last one. We'll see if they can capitalize on this one after Coach Tebow's timeout, as he would like to take one with 3:13 left to play. Is the Mystics trying to cut into this 10-point deficit here with Atlanta. A 38-28 lead, 3:13 to play in the first half. Game presented by Capital One is Tuesday, June 29th at 7 p.m. versus the Connecticut Sun. Special My Sticks Pride ticket packages are now on sale and includes a ticket to the game and a limited edition Natasha Cloud bobblehead. Visit WashingtonMystics.com/pride to purchase. Gonna have to get a bobblehead. Add to my collection of bobbleheads.
That's right.
Atlanta with a 10-point lead here. Final 3:10 of this first half. Mitchell, Zealous. Cloud, back to Zealous. Plaisance, great ball movement from the Mystics.
What a fantastic find by Shavonte Zealous. Right inside, that was perfectly placed and perfectly timed.
Bradford. Hayes. Back to Bradford. The 3 doesn't go. And a loose ball foul on the rebound will go against Elizabeth Williams. Tiana Hawkins, Cheyenne Parker back into the ball game.
Teresa Plaisance has really done a good job of making herself available to the basketball. 5 of 7 from the floor so far in this first half for the Mystics.
Plaisance, that one off the mark. Hayes quickly back down the floor. Sims attacks. And a beautiful cut from Hawkins. Left that short though. Loose ball collected by Zealous. Gets it to Plaisance as she's falling. Atkins, pull up. Just needs one. She just needs one to go in. Ariel Atkins gonna head to the free throw line to complete a 3-point play.
And Sydney Weiss and Elena Deladon love it. A great hustle play. I think Atkins may have also gotten a piece of Tiana Hawkins' shot. Plaisance pushes it ahead to Atkins, mid-range pull-up, connects on it, just beautifully executed in transition.
Completes the 3-point play. The Mystics on a 9-0 run as they've cut the deficit now to 5. And that's going to lead to a Mike Peterson timeout here. Just under 2 minutes to go in this first half. And we will stay here with you. Christy, the Mystics, it was at 10. They've cut into it. Coach T, heading into the game, said communication would be key. What have you seen so far?
I've seen that being just the case. I mean, with Washington on both sides of the ball, you can see that their chatter is a little bit different in this game. Yes, they've had some miscues. You're never going to play a perfect game, but you have to minimize those kinds of errors. And we're talking about being communicative. Look at Natasha Cloud in the huddle. I mean, she is imploring her teammates, and you can't implore your teammates if you're not doing it yourself.
AT&T WNBA All-Star is back. Head over to WNBA.com/vote, or you can download the new WNBA app to vote daily until June 27th. Have you been voting, Christy?
I have.
I have too.
I
Got my
have.
votes in.
You got to keep clicking. You got to keep every day.
I use
Vote
the
daily.
app. I use the website because I use all of my
Battery runs out.
emails. I have multiple emails that I've been utilizing to vote with.
You have to do it.
So please, WNBA, don't take that away from me. So far, they have not.
I haven't done that, but you know, the app is a very convenient resource when you
It is.
have to vote every day. That's a lot of fun.
I like it that you can vote every day, and the app tells you you've already voted in the last 24 hours.
No, you got to wait an hour or two.
Back from the timeout. Hayes works off Hawkins, attacking Zealous. And Shavante Zealous doesn't like it, but she runs the other way. It's the best thing to do.
Hey, that's a basketball woo-saw. That's what that is. Hey, just get out of the area. And she did connect with the body on that. And I think she thought she got her clean up top with the ball, but the body was the issue on that one.
Hayes gets the first, just under 80% free throw shooter coming into tonight's ball game. Gets both of them. You saw the graphic. Quick stats there. Mystics haven't taken too many free throws so far.
They're at the top of the list in the league in terms of their free throw percentage as a team, so that would be a large chunk of their offense. They can get it to go.
Teresa Plaisance from long range.
Plaisance told us that she would look up here and give us a three ball. When she made one, she missed on that one, so she's got to knock in another one and get that done. But no, great spacing affords great opportunities to score, and Teresa Plaisance is just getting it done in so many different ways for Washington in this first half.
A huge block from Cloud. They get the shot clock violation, but because of the defense, it goes the other way. Mitchell with the lay-in. And a 2-point ball game with a minute to play here in the first half. Hayes goes behind and around her back. Sims the three. She rattles it in.
Big time three. That's her second one tonight. Odyssey Sims with that lefty triple.
Plaisance lost the handle on that. She's got 10 in the quarter, 14 on the ball game. That three from Sims stopped a 14-2 Mystics run. Here's Hawkins. 10 on the shot clock. Hayes, Parker. Sims will try again. Rattles it in again.
Whoa. Hey, 16% coming into this game. And she has knocked in 3 threes in this first half alone.
Nearly identical shot clock and game clock. Mitchell. Cloud, extra one, Zealous. Hawkins got a piece of that. And that's the way the first half will end. The Mystics got it within 2. Back-to-back threes from Sims has extended it back to 8. At the half, it's 46-38 here in DC. The Dream with the lead, but Plaisance having a half so far. Welcome back at the half, a 46-38 lead as we get set to start the third quarter. Joined now by assistant coach Latoya Sanders. And Latoya, when you look at that first half, Coach T coming into the game said communication and purposeful ball movement was going to be important. What did you like from that first half?
I liked how we were able to handle their traps. You know, that's something that we struggled with during the first game. We were able to get it out the traps. We just have to make better decisions once we get it out.
And Latoya, on the defensive end, what kinds of things have you liked to see on that side of the court for the Mystics?
We just have to help each other. You know, we're really short-handed today with only 2-3 post players. A lot of people are playing who don't necessarily play big minutes. So I just think we have to communicate more and help each other on defense and just talk through all the miscues and the stuff that's happening on the court.
Latoya, thank you so much for your time. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Assistant coach Latoya Sanders joining us once again, and we take a look at our first half highlights, and no shocker, Christy, it's all Teresa Plaisance.
As it should be. 6 of 9 from the floor. Teresa Plaisance, she came to play today. The one-legged drifter that falls for, as well as a couple of triples from the outside. She is in a great rhythm, playing with a ton of confidence, and most importantly, she's making herself available to the basketball right there between the wickets. Strong finish in the paint for Plaisance.
66% from the floor is Plaisance as we take a look at the first half stats as well. Both shooting decent from beyond the arc, but it's the second chance points that have allowed the Mystics to keep this within reach.
Well, I love that because that's usually a strength for Atlanta. The offensive boards coming in leading the WNBA with just under 12 offensive boards per game. But those 9 steals that Atlanta has, Washington needs to beware of those live ball opportunities that Atlanta craves on the defensive end.
And you see Erica McCall there in her sweats, as Christy mentioned earlier in the first half. Subsequently injured herself in shoot-around this morning. We have not seen Myisha Hines-Allen come back out since she left for the locker room midway through that third quarter. And I mentioned as we were going to the break at halftime, Christy, with 4 minutes left, the Mystics trailed by 14. It was 38-24. They then went on a 14-2 run, cut it to 2, and then those back-to-back threes from Odyssey Sims. That was more of a momentum shifter than anything.
Well, Washington had great momentum prior to those 3-point shots going down, those 2 threes going down, and Odyssey Sims, she's 18% on the season coming into this contest, and she's knocked in 3 threes this evening. So what Washington needs to do, they need to continue to fight, and that's what they're doing. And you heard LaToya Sanders say, we're shorthanded. So you've got to give all you have. You've got to pour it all out on the court. You're not going to get a lot of rest. Everybody's going to have to do their part. But Atlanta right now, they're taking the best punches that Washington has and answering them twofold.
In celebration of LGBTQ+ Pride presented by Deloitte, the WNBA will collaborate with GLSEN and Fanatics on an exclusive line of Pride apparel, including Fanatics branded WNBA t-shirts. All WNBA proceeds will benefit GLSEN, and fans can purchase the shirts at WNBAstore.nba.com. Christy, those turnovers, as we mentioned and had talked about throughout the first half, 10 in the first half. During that 14-2 run, none. So they were taking care of the ball, to Coach T's point. They were being purposeful with the ball.
Well, you have to, and that's so important, especially against a team like Atlanta. You have to be intentional with what you're doing with the ball.
Reese's attack. Coach T wanted some contact to be called. Leilani Mitchell starts in position of Myisha Hines-Allen, who went hobbled off the floor in that first half and went to the locker room, has not returned yet. As soon as we can get an update, we will let you know. Here's Hayes for 3. Ball movement leading to an open 3.
Yeah, nice swing to Tiffany Hayes there with a clean look.
Reese off the mark. Williams with the rebound. Here's Sims, cross court. Hayes steps into one, opposite side, same result. And immediately Coach T just wants a 30-second timeout to talk things over. And this is tough. You're shorthanded to begin things. And now Myisha Hines-Allen, you don't know if she'll be able to return, and quick transition buckets for the Dream.
Well, at the same time the whistle came to grant the timeout to the Mystics, my hands were in the position of a T, and they just need to reorganize their mentality right now. And yes, all the things that you just said, after the game is over, if the Mystics do not win, you can check the boxes for all those and use those as excuses, but that's not what Washington wants to do, which is why he called the timeout. You got to go, if you got to fight, you got to go for it, and you got to communicate. And they got this game to within 2 points for a reason. So they've got to go back to that kind of grit. You got to go back to that kind of intentional play on both sides. And giving up those threes, that's what got them into trouble at the end of that first half.
Cloud off 1 foot, gets that to fall, and some tough news coming from Mystics PR. Myisha Hines-Allen, left knee injury. She will not return tonight.
That is sobering news. I mean, my goodness. My goodness.
Parker down low, lost the handle. Hayes kicks, Williams 2 seconds. Plaisance clears. Here's Cloud. Mitchell in the corner, got it.
Whatever was said in that timeout, perfectly stated. And it wasn't about, okay, now let's run this play. I think it was, and I was, obviously we're not that close to the huddle, we're up a bit, but it had to have been, let's continue to fight, because the last 2 possessions offensively and defensively, we've seen it.
A whistle and a foul. They call on Atkins, and she's perplexed as to how it was on her. And she does what she typically does, which is look at you and then just smiles and walks away.
Well, you know, Atlanta, they love to run the Iverson action. It's kind of a rip screen, sending the guard through off the top 2 post players at the elbows. And they tried to say there was a foul fighting through one of those set screens.
Williams shot off the mark. Weiss with the rebound. Cloud thought about it. She gets it to Mitchell. Doesn't go. Williams with the rebound. The Dream started 1 of 7 from beyond the arc. Since then, they're 4 of 4. And it's what has built them this lead right now that sits at 9. And Mitchell is going to pick up the foul on that one.
Well, Leilani Mitchell is a player for Washington that is looking for her 3-point prowess to kind of come back to her this season. Coming into this game, only shooting 26% from range. Look down, sizing up those 10 toes down behind the line. That's a 3.
Hayes, that one doesn't go. Cloud with the rebound. And they're going to get a whistle and a foul. Coach T wanted continuation. I thought Cloud had the gather already before the whistle blew.
Well, that's the spirit of the rule. If the ball is gathered and the whistle is blown, then that should be a continuation. That's when the whistle.
She gathered and was in the motion as he blew the whistle, in my opinion, at least.
Absolutely, yeah, it looked like it. It was very close because she was still kind of in a dribble, but she was gathering from that dribble.
Plaisance, beautiful backdoor cut from Weiss for the lay-in.
Connectivity on the offensive side by Washington. They need more of it, but they have to stay connected also on this defensive side of the court as well.
Hayes attacking. And Atkins is there, but they're going to say offensive foul. I wanted to wait a moment because he did the motion like he was counting the basket. And then he gave a technical foul.
Well, right here you see Ariel Atkins taking her 2nd charge of the game. Natasha Cloud knew it. She had her thumb going the other way. But Ariel Atkins, a tremendous job establishing herself as a legal defender once again for the Mystics.
And the missed technical free throw. That technical, was on Elizabeth Williams as she collects the rebound there.
Elizabeth Williams, she was the most improved player in the WNBA back in 2016 as Natasha Cloud gets a steal.
And then they call the foul on Cheyenne Parker.
Take a look. Right now, the Mystics being the aggressor on the defensive end, getting the deflections, and right there, Cheyenne Parker, just a little too much. Whistle for the foul.
Plaisance got the bucket. The Mystics cutting into this deficit. They're now down 4.
3 for 5 from 3 as the Mystics running some trapping action, trying to hem Odyssey Sims into the coffin corner.
A 10-0 run right now for the Mystics. Here's Billings. That one touched the whole part of the rim and rolled out. Cloud back the other way.
Great defense by Plaisance inside the paint.
Cloud directing traffic. Kicks it. Plaisance thought about it. Kicks. Cloud. Does not fall. Williams with the rebound. Little hesitation.
Nice job of not allowing Williams into the paint.
Sims. Different result than what we saw at the end of that first half.
3 and D. Teresa Plaisance knocking in the 3 ball right there for Washington. And right here, staying vertical, contesting the shot inside, and then corralling the rebound. She is doing it all for Washington tonight.
Plaisance, 10 on the shot clock. Here's Cloud, works off of her, kicks it back. Little hesitation, no problem. Teresa Plaisance having a fantastic game.
Have yourself a game, Teresa Plaisance. Oh my goodness.
Teresa Plaisance is up to 20 points on 8 of 11, shooting for 73%. She is 4 of 6 from beyond the arc, and the Mystics are on a 12-0 run, and it is a 1-point ball game.
Well, you love to see it. Tina Charles is not here, so you got to have everybody on deck. Teresa Plaisance leading the way for the Mystics.
Single game tickets for Washington Mystics home games are on sale now. Please visit WashingtonMystics.com for more information. And Teresa Plaisance at this ball game, inserted into the starting lineup in the absence of Tina Charles, and she has basically picked up where Tina left off.
Let me tell you something. Teresa Plaisance is 2 off of her career high, 22 points. She scored a couple of seasons ago. I mean, she has just been amazing this evening in terms of her sustainability of efficient play on the offensive end. Incredible.
Sims dropped it off for Billings. Atkins attacking. Little pump fake, gets that to drop.
And that's what you like to see. Ariel Atkins getting her shoulder down and attacking the painted area.
And a whistle after the play. They're going to give it to Plaisance. Say she got caught hitting on the arm.
We'll see where the contact happened. A little tap. I mean, you know, you're playing pickup. You just hit the elbow a little bit. But that's an infraction. if the refs are
If the refs are here.
Pickup game, let it go.
Pickup game. You might get hazed for calling that foul.
Right. That's a 5-minute stoppage in the pickup game. Right. It's a foul.
You're probably not coming back out on the court in that situation.
I used to just sit down and just let everybody just hash it out. And it's like, all right, let's take a break. It's a timeout. Right.
It's a free timeout. 2-point ball game here in this third quarter. Mitchell, 10 on the shot clock. Plaisance, 6 seconds, down to Atkins. Getting around Sims, and we are tied at 55.
A reverse post up right there. Ariel Atkins sitting down on the block, getting post position. Plaisance feeding her perfectly inside.
Atkins now with 10 points. Excuse me, 12 points. A defensive 3-second violation called on the Mystics.
The fans are so nice and energetic. And the Entertainment and Sports Arena, you just love to see the fans starting to trickle back in. I know there was one fan in particular, hadn't been back all season, Megan, and said, I'm back. She walked by the booth before the game started, but you just heard that energy. And it's like the Mystics have had these opportunities for momentum. The crowd's chanting defense, and then they're whistled for that infraction on the defensive end for the illegal defense.
There's only 9 seconds left on the shot clock, too.
Got to get over the hump. But just those little moments, they start to add up.
Hawkins to Williams, 3 seconds. Does not go. Loose ball controlled by Billings. Reset to 14. Here's Sims now with 12. Pull-up jumper. That falls. A beautiful shot from Sims.
It was a separation for me for Sims on that play. Wow.
Atkins does not go. Loose ball controlled by Mitchell. Reset to 14. Cross court, Cloud. Off the pump fake, kicks it. Weiss in and out. And Hawkins controls the boards for Atlanta.
Great look. That's what you want. Send it there, penetrate, draw defenders, kick it out for a nice, clean three.
Hayes drops it off. Hawkins goes to Billings, and Atkins is there to tie it right up.
Well, she has just been on the money in terms of her off-ball defensive positioning. Right here, the cut is coming through, and she was a step behind on that rotation. But those long and lanky arms, they paid dividends on that possession for Atkins.
Shavonte Zealous returns, along with Crystal Bradford. Nope, John Conley right back at it, directing traffic in the jump circle. I love it.
He needs to come to my house with my 3 teenagers and come get some directives. He's doing a great job tonight.
Mystics control the jump. Cloud works off Blazance. I believe they're giving that to Bradford. You know what I just realized, Christy? The benches are back to normal. They're not all 3 rows. Now it makes sense what Coach T said to us this morning when he said, I'm happy that I can look down at my bench and see my bench of my players and not have to remember where everybody's situated. Now it makes sense. Off the inbounds, risky pass, loose ball controlled by Cloud. Dribbles it off of her foot. Sims picks it up. And Atkins is tripped up. She's down. And it looks like Hayes is down as well.
That was a hard collision for both. Atkins trying to hustle back and save the play, and just a tough angle on that contact for both players.
Hayes grabbing at that knee. It looked like when Atkins went down, the way that Hayes rolled, it looked like Atkins' foot got wedged in between her calf and her thigh when her leg closed, and that's what not prevented her, but went for her to grab at that knee.
They were both going 100 miles an hour, and that was just a train wreck in terms of the physical collision.
They called the foul on Hayes. Atkins off the screen, knocking it down. And the Mystics are tied back at 58.
Grit, hustle, getting it out of the mud. This Mystics team made the playoffs last year with missing pieces. They know how to play shorthanded.
Blazance got caught hitting Sims in the face.
Ariel Atkins takes it down. Hayes gets caught on that screen by Plaisance. Just enough time for a nice release and a triple.
So Sims at the free throw line. Not sure if you all can hear that, but there's an Atlanta fan right in front of us. Trying to cheer on Courtney. But as Courtney just looked at her and looked, just calm down, I got this.
Courtney was like, okay. She just told Courtney Williams to, let's get going. You know, get some shots up. Good on Courtney for acknowledging that, though. You know, the fans just want to be heard and seen. They missed sports for a full year. Talk to the fans, interact, you love it.
Sims, 1 of 2. Weiss back into the game for the Mystics. Atkins attacking, blaze it up and in. And the Mystics with their first lead of the ball game. They lead by 1. Hawkins back the other way, lays it up and in.
That's what I'm saying. As soon as you take a breath or blink twice, Atlanta is right back in it in terms of momentum.
Shavonte Zealous is fouled. And she will head to the free throw line.
Let's take a look at the foul. Shavonte Zealous getting downhill. And that's what you do when you have the advantage offensively and you know the defense is not established. You keep going. Continue to the rim.
Ari McDonald back into the ball game. Hayes went to the bench. Getting her leg looked at. Williams pull-up jumper does not go. Billings with the rebound. McDonald controls. Hawkins three doesn't fall. Atkins with the rebound.
Time for some poise and composure. And not just get a good look, get a great look on this possession.
Cloud. Her shot does not fall. Hawkins with the rebound. McDonald pushing. Pull up. Falls.
That's what she does. Ari McDonald, out of Arizona, played for Adia Barnes Copa, went to the national championship game, lost a one-possession game for the championship. First time Arizona went to the Final Four. Pac-12 Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year last year as a senior.
5 seconds. Zealous kicks. Extra one. Mitchell in the corner. Got it. (65-63) lead. Hawkins controls, ties it at 65.
Tiana Hawkins doing what we have seen here in DC. I mean, she is a slasher and a finisher.
Zealous, the three. Doesn't fall. Hawkins with the rebound. Coach Peterson directing traffic from the bench. McDonald looked to him and will now control. 10 on the shot clock. Off Billings, splits the defense. Drops it off, and Zealous is going to get called for the foul.
Well, Washington now has made 9 threes. Great spacing was a key for the Mystics coming into this contest. Great spacing affords great opportunity to score high-level offensive shots. And that's what Leilani Mitchell does. She wants to be in rhythm, and the ball needs to be popping. The Mystics have 17 assists on 26 made shots tonight.
Hawkins at the free throw line gets the first. Odyssey Sims returns. Hawkins gets both. She's now up to 8 points. 8.1 to play. Here's Atkins. And you don't typically see this kind of emotion from Ariel Atkins. Not in a frustrated way.
Oh. Well, there's a lot of chatter. The officials definitely need to review that. I mean, Ariel Atkins took complete offense to that, as she should have. I mean, she came right into her space when she's going full speed. You don't do that. That's code.
It's also risky.
That's player code. No, you don't do that. You don't undercut players when they're in the air, and you don't clip players when they're running up the floor like that. And that,
we're going to Ariel Atkins possible upgrade to the foul.
We heard Billy Smith there, possibly going to upgrade this. They're going to take a look at that. So they'll look for intent.
Yes.
Maliciousness. Play on the ball, which it's definitely not.
Right there. It was the second part. Like, initially she was riding in her pocket, which is also egregious contact to the ball handler. You're not allowed to do that. But it was that second hit. But Ariel Atkins, I mean, she was fired up. Right there, there was the elbow.
It's above the shoulder to the head neck area. That's the tough part in this situation. And as I said, you know, you see the reaction from Ariel Atkins, the hit of the floor, but it's the visible frustration and anger you can see in her face, which at least in this being my 3rd season covering her, you've covered her also too with her time in the NCAA. I've never seen her visibly angry.
No, not like that. But I'm telling you, when you break the player code, that's a problem, and you know that's why they're taking a look at it. Tell me what you got.
The officials have taken their opportunity to look at the video. They'll now talk it over. Billy Smith, Fatou Cisco-Stevens, and John Conley are officials this evening. And the Mystics, what you didn't see a moment ago was Elena Deladon in a wide squat directing something to her teammates.
Call for the play is a common foul.
They will keep it as a common foul, which
I don't agree.
And Coach T, first thing he did, Christy, is you and I were looking at each other. I caught it over his shoulder. He had the arm bar up to her head.
That's exactly what I thought.
In that moment, you'd think immediately contact above the shoulder in the head and neck area, it would automatically be upgraded to a flagrant 1.
I thought that was clear and evident that that's what should have been the call. Need some clarification on why that was not the call and it stayed a common foul, because that was egregious contact to the ball handler and she could have been injured. And I think that's part of the whole scenario on whether or not to upgrade.
Atkins gets both at the free throw line. She's now got 11 in the quarter. Here's McDonald, 2 seconds to Hawkins, gets it back. And a touch foul. I'm with you, Coach T. I'm with you. I'm with you in that sentiment.
And he just asked, what did she do? You know, I mean, if you look at what just happened with Sims and Atkins, and then you see what happened on that one, it just kind of
stark differences.
Sets the table for what we were just talking about. And that's frustrating.
And the Mystics will just hold on to the ball to finish this third quarter. Now back and forth third quarter. The Dream with a 2-point lead. It's been all Ariel Atkins.
Atkins getting those feet set. That pro hop is money from 3. The in and out. Gets herself to the rim for the kiss off the glass.
This summer, the Mystics are teaming up with DC Public Library to recommend great reads that you can check out with your library card. For Pride Month, the library has put together a reading list of books that can help you adjust your habits and get into a better headspace. To check out the list, please visit dclibrary.org/readfeed.
Let's take a look at the defensive play of the game right here. Oh, Alexa plays Smack That by Akon. Isn't that what Liz Cambage said? Right here. All ball by Natasha Cloud.
Our GDIT play, defensive play of the game, excuse me, and yes, it is Smack That by Akon.
Man, she had, I think, 7 or 8 frames where she was just sending it back.
It was a lot.
The great blocks.
Well, you know what it was for me, though, Christy? It was the comments.
I love the comments.
It was the comments.
Yeah.
J.R. Smith getting in on it.
Yeah, everybody was.
Everybody was.
That's confident. Oh, boy.
A whistle and a foul called. Tiana Hawkins runs away smiling. I think she knows she might have got away with one there. Might have gotten a gimme.
She knows. And she and Cloud are actually talking about it a little bit. Former teammates.
Sims spins, hangs in the air, doesn't go. Tipped around Bradford. Hers does not fall. Hawkins collects. Comes out to the corner. McDonald kicks. Williams does not go. Sims, another offensive board for the Dream. Bradford, nice drop off to Hawkins as she lays it up and in.
Well, the Mystics had been doing a great job of keeping Atlanta to 1 shot only and doing a good job of boxing out right there. Missing contact on the body 4 times. 4 cracks at it for Atlanta. Look at Atlanta. I mean, they fought for this possession. A great pass right there by Bradford to Tiana Hawkins for the finish.
Zealous kicks it. Cloud. 4 seconds. Weiss checks. Attacking pull-up. And Courtney Williams says, my bad, as I bail her out with a foul. Sydney Weiss will head to the free throw line.
But give Sydney Weiss credit. She knew that shot clock was winding down and leaned forward to make that contact. She knew Williams was going to be in the air. And she kind of turned her body to make sure she could get herself to the line.
The Mystics, Christy, in that first half, 10 turnovers. They did a better job, as we talked to Coach Sanders about, of taking care of the ball. Only 1 in the third quarter.
Well, they need to maintain that here in the fourth. I mean, this is a one-possession game, and it's all about possessions. And that's why Mike Thibault preaches the purposeful intent on the offensive end and taking care of the basketball.
Bradford, another drop off to Hawkins. She kicks it out. Here's Sims. Little in and out dribble. That one falls. She's got such a beautiful shot, excuse me.
She's on balance when she takes it, and it's just lovely to watch it. It's just nice high early arc. Drops right in.
Weiss, the handoff to Plaisance. 10 on the shot clock. Plaisance picked up her dribble, had to put that up. Williams collected.
Maybe someone to relocate to save her. She was hemmed up defensively. Somebody has to help.
Williams gets right by the defense, and Coach T calls a timeout. He wants a full timeout. And we will take it with him as the Dream. It was a 2-point game. It's now 75-69 with 8:09 to play in the fourth. Mystics fans, it's virtual t-shirt toss time. Enter to win a free Mystics t-shirt when you participate in the Mystics virtual t-shirt toss presented by Capital One. Visit WashingtonMystics.com today for a chance to win. Want to stay up to date with all things Mystics? Subscribe to Mystics Messenger at WashingtonMystics.com and get the latest news delivered right to your inbox. And Ariel Atkins back into the ball game with her on the bench. The Mystics fluctuated a little bit.
Right. Well, it's closing time for Washington here at home. They have played so well here in June, averaging 89 points. Well under that right now, but they are shorthanded, but the fight is there for the Mystics.
Atkins attacking. Hayes got a piece of that. Good to see her back in the game after grabbing her knee and then coming right back the other way. Mitchell takes it away. Atkins behind the back dribble, step back three, count.
Oh my goodness. Ariel Atkins creating enough space on her former teammate Tiana Hawkins there. That was clean.
Williams. Atkins over to Weiss. Weiss back with it. 12 on the shot clock. Weiss. Over to Mitchell. 7 on the shot clock. Plaisance as Bradford tries to save it.
Oh my goodness. Let's see how saucy Ariel Atkins can get. Very right there. Pull it back. Why don't you, Ariel Atkins? Clap it up 3 times for the 3.
Plaisance, quick touch on the inbound. The shot clock winding down, does not fall. Hawkins with the rebound. 1 possession ball game. Atlanta up 3. Inside to Hawkins. Too strong. Cloud. Directing traffic. Mitchell lets it fly. Doesn't go. Williams. Hayes. She connects.
Just tough. I mean, Tiffany Hayes right there with a teardrop from range for the Dream. Just when they needed a bucket, she supplied it.
43% from 3 on the season is Tiffany Hayes. Atkins wants it down low on the dribble. Ariel Atkins shaken up. Sims Bradford caught behind the defense, lays it up and in. And Coach Tebow wants a 30-second timeout. It's a 9-2 Atlanta run, Christy. And the momentum, it seemed like it was going in favor of the Mystics, and a quick bucket from Hayes immediately swings it.
It's a microcosm of how the entire game has gone, right? Whenever Washington takes a step forward, they take 2 steps back because of something Atlanta does on the offensive end, or they make a defensive play. Now listen, right here, this is the rallying of the troops. Mike Tebow, the winningest coach in the WNBA, he always is able to find a way to win. Yeah, short-handed, only 7 players now available in the absence of Maisha Hines-Allen. Obviously, you don't have Tina Charles here. You don't have Erica McCall, her services. It's tough.
And you see Ariel Atkins, Christy, her points by half. A slow start for her in that first half. And something just flipped the switch. She hit that one jumper, and then things started to open up.
She picked up where Teresa Plaisance left off. And now a great 2-man game between the 2 of them.
Teardrops that one right in.
Beautiful. Great team play, and that's what they need. Great spacing. 2 of their most viable offensive weapons.
12 seconds. Bradford picked up by Weiss. Bradford off the pull-up. Well off the mark. That one strong against the backboard. Cloud gets around Hawkins. Cloud directing traffic. Sees an opening. Attacks. Too strong. Plaisance saves it off of the leg of Tiana Hawkins. Heads up play by Plaisance.
No doubt, but you can see the frustration in Natasha Cloud. She tried to get in there and missed that one. But Plaisance not giving up on the play. We saw that earlier for the Mystics with Stella Johnson.
2 seconds. Plaisance rattles that 3 home.
New career high for Teresa Plaisance. Now with 23 points. Previous career high was 22.
Williams. Bradford. 8 on the shot clock. Sims with it. 3-point lead for Atlanta. Sims launches, does not go. And they're going to say Mystics basketball.
Teresa Plaisance has been spectacular in terms of her choices tonight on the court. Just great awareness. Nobody relocates to a viable space on the floor. She had the opportunity and took it.
Weiss. Hayes with the steal, saves it as she's going into her bench. Williams, 10 on the shot clock. Courtney Williams rises, does not go. Cloud with the rebound. Cloud off the screen from Plaisance, directing traffic.
Nice poise by Cloud.
Atkins kicks it. Mitchell left open. Tie ball game at 80. Coach Peterson wants a timeout on the cool, calm, and collected shoulders of the veteran in Leilani Mitchell as she ties it at 80 with 3:39 to play here in the 4th.
Welcome back to DC. It's all tied up at 80 with 3 minutes, 39 seconds to go. The Washington Mystics have the momentum, and this is why. Let's roll it. Great spacing, late awareness defensively by Atlanta. Late closeout there to Weiss. And right here, a nice wide open, clean 3 by Leilani Mitchell. That's what we said at the beginning, Megan, about space on the offensive end being a key for success for Washington.
Sims air ball, controlled by Cloud. Cloud, season opening attacks, lays it up and in. And count the bucket and the foul. Natasha Cloud is going to the line for one more.
Natasha Cloud this season has been a facilitator, 4th in the WNBA in assists, but she can get her own bucket when she wants to. She just took it straight to the cup and finished in there with contact.
3:16 to play. You see her numbers this evening, 6, 9, and 9. Working on the unconventional double-double, if you will.
That's right.
Gets that to fall. Cloud now 7, 9, and 9.
How about the fight and the grit and the toughness and the competitive fire of the Washington Mystics in this game?
Without the services of the WNBA's leading scorer, Tina Charles. And a blocking foul called on Ariel Atkins.
Let's take a look right here. Ariel Atkins has already taken 2 charges in tonight's game, and I'm not sure why that was whistled that way, although Tiffany Hayes turned her body at the last minute, and maybe that prevented Atkins from being square to the offensive player on that play, and that's why she was whistled with the block.
This is why I want the WNBA to have the coaches challenge. Bradford losing her footing, keeps control. This is the biggest lead at 3 that the Mystics have had, and now it is down to 1. Bradford with ice in her veins.
Tough move right there by Bradford.
.230 to play. Atkins, a little hesitation. Gets it back from Cloud. Quick trigger. Atkins, cool, calm, and collected.
Oh, my goodness.
86-82 Mystics lead. This has been back and forth. Hawkins, the handoff to Williams. To the corner. Sims attacks. And that one will stay with the Dream.
Now let's remember for Atlanta that Courtney Williams is 3rd best in the WNBA in clutch points.
Yes.
4.8 points per game in that category for her. She has not been hitting in this second half as efficiently as she was in the first.
Seven on the shot clock. Sims attacks, has space, puts it up, does not go. Bradford, the offensive rebound, misses, gets her own. That one doesn't go. Hawkins fighting for it. She pump fakes, brings it out, and knocks down the baseline jumper.
Offensive boards. 2nd and 3rd opportunities have been there for Atlanta at times this evening.
Plays on. Left open. Does not go. Hawkins with the rebound. Williams, pull-up jumper. Doesn't go. Mitchell with the rebound. Plays on. Atkins uses the screen. Pull up. Ariel Atkins got Bradford to bite on that one. She can head to the free throw line. To your earlier point, Christy, 7 offensive rebounds in this game for the Dream.
Well, they averaged just under 12, but I tell you what, Ariel Atkins did a good job. You said she made Bradford bite. Well, she bit all the way through on that one. And she's going to head to the line.
As she gets the first. Atkins gets both. And a 4-point lead. Coach Peterson wants a timeout as the Mystics have a 88-84 lead with 1:04 to play, Christy. Just a 30-second timeout.
Well, it's all about possessions, and we've been saying that all game long. Fans are feeling the great energy in this building that the Mystics have brought to fruition because of their heart, hustle, and intensity in this game. I mean, only 7 available players, Megan. And I told you, at, what was it, a five-minute mark? You can use those as excuses, or you can use the adversity as a reason to lean into it and compete and see what you can do with that. And that's the choice that the Mystics have made. They have leaned in to the opportunity to compete and standing with each other with the task at hand.
1:04 to play. It will be Courtney Williams to inbound. Sims, Bradford, Hawkins, and McDonald for Atlanta. Sims to Hawkins, the 3, knocks it down, and a 1-point game. Cloud, Plaisance, Weiss, Atkins, and Mitchell for the Mystics.
Horn set by Washington here to get spacing, trying to get Plaisance.
Collects, rises, knocks it down. Back to a 3-point lead for Washington, and another timeout for Atlanta. Another short timeout for Atlanta.
Teresa Plaisance has gone all the way off tonight. Little turnaround fader in the middle of the lane. What a huge bucket. They run that horn set to get her isolated inside. No Tina Charles tonight, but they don't need that tonight. They need the best of Teresa Plaisance, who has come to play and is roaring like a lion out here tonight at home. She is playing with toughness, composure, and grit. And you love to see that. When you have to step up in the absence of your teammates, you either shy away or you step in it. And that's what she has done it. She has stepped into that role, and the expectations there.
We saw her numbers, 25 points, a new career high, 5 of 8 from beyond the arc, another career high. She's shooting 62.5% from both the floor and 3-point line. Here's Sims off the timeout. Hawkins now with it. Handoff back to Sims. Attacking. And Plaisance thought she was moving her feet just enough, but they're going to get her on a blocking foul, and Sims is slow to get up.
Plaisance clipped her on the hip there, and she's trying to shake that off.
Sure she is. She's already gathered. She's in the lower defensive box. She's already up. She's in the lower defensive box.
Let's take a look right here. Plaisance tries to get over to square her body, but did not get established, did not square herself in front of the ball handler there.
And Sims very shaken up. She's barely able to get her collection at the free throw line. She gets the first.
69% free throw shooter on the season this year.
Misses the second. Weiss with the rebound, and she's tied up. Loose ball. And a jump ball will be called. Sims misses her second and got after that rebound and stripped it from Weiss.
Weiss had that possession initially, and then like a swarm of bees to honey, the Atlanta Dream was right on top of her to tie it up.
Officials are chit-chatting.
Right there. And Sims gets in there. And there's the jump ball, right? Trying to see who
I think the
jump ball was going to be with. Okay.
That's my guess, because it was both Weiss and Mitchell in there.
Right.
With Sims.
And I think See Mike Peterson saying, no, that's Leilani Mitchell.
Right.
Who should be jumping.
He's trying. Oh, he might have convinced Fatu.
No, hey.
He might have convinced her.
Hang on. He said no. Yep. Keeping it with Weiss.
We're going to keep it with Weiss. That was the initial.
That was.
I think that's correct because she was the one who had initial contact and control. And the whistle as Hawkins came in and took the ball into the hands of Cloud, and Cloud was hit hard, and she's down.
That's right here. Tips into Cloud, and she did not even realize that she couldn't even brace herself for that contact at all with Tiana Hawkins.
She is on her feet, which is good, but you can tell she's shaking up. She's dealing with a hip flexor injury that she's been playing through the last couple of games. So now she gets, you know, her bell rung a little bit.
Yeah, that was, you can't even do anything about it. It's just right there like a wall when you turn around.
She gets the first. Extends this Mystics lead. Gets both of them. 92-88, Mystics lead, 24.6 to play. Here's McDonald. Gets it back. And a blocking foul called, and Cloud is clearly frustrated. Coach Peterson wants a technical on her.
Let's take a look at it right here. Handoff. Ari McDonald makes complete contact to Natasha Cloud, who was established in my sight from where we are.
I'll be honest, Chrissy, I've got nothing on that one. That looked like a boom, boom call.
She was waiting on it.
She was
waiting.
She was planted, she was waiting.
Yes.
She waited for contact and then went down. That's a boom, boom offensive charge, in my opinion.
Same. Yep. Take one more look at it. Right here. Ari McDonald gets the handoff. Cloud, who looked established, and even on that view as well.
20.4 to play, a 2-point game. And Coach Tebow wants a timeout, wants to talk things over, and we will keep it here. So, Christy, in this situation, 20.4, the Mystics don't have timeouts left after this one, neither do the Dream. In this situation, are you not only drawing up offense, but as well to defense?
Absolutely. Absolutely, and you have to do that. And maybe the next play after that as well, because you don't know if you're going to get it back. But you have to stay poised. You go over situations, and, you know, we haven't been able to get into the gym to see the Mystics practices, but we have been in very many of them, and they have done a tremendous amount of work with situational opportunities that they can create for themselves on both sides. And Mike Tebow is the winningest coach in the WNBA for a reason. And Eric Tebow, the associate head coach, is looking for some clarification there from the officials and trying to find out exactly where the spot is for the inbounds. And this has just been a fight to the finish for the Washington Mystics. And this Mystics team, they had beaten Atlanta 6 consecutive times prior to Atlanta winning at Atlanta against the Mystics on Sunday. .4 to play. It will be Sims, McDonald, Bradford, Hawkins, and Williams, Courtney Williams, excuse me, for the Dream. Atkins, Mitchell, Plaisance, Weiss, and Cloud to trigger it for Washington. They get it in. And immediately, Atkins is swarmed. Well, it's almost, the reaction is almost like they did not want to foul. All three that were surrounding Ariel Atkins here when the whistle was blown. I mean, there was body contact there by Sims, knocking Atkins to the floor. So I know not all contact is a foul, but that certainly was. And it just looked like they were surprised. Like,
Yes.
Did they not want to foul at that juncture?
It seemed as though, I'm with you, given the fact they had no fouls to give. Atkins gets both, makes this a 2-possession ball game. 18.5 to play in the fourth. They get it into McDonald. Up the floor. Hawkins, Sims, attacking. Hand on it is Weiss. Loose ball on the ground. McDonald picks it up. 6 seconds to the ball game. Sims, count that. As it leaves 4.4 and a 1-point game. They get it into Cloud.
And Bradford found herself on the ground and was wondering how that occurred. But Odyssey Sims, well, all right. When in doubt, fire the ball.
And a technical foul was called on Crystal Bradford. As Atkins extends this to a 2-point game. Natasha Cloud will head to the free throw line now for the free throws off the foul.
Well, I think Bradford was upset that she felt like the Cloud had some extracurricular contact to get as open as she got down there, and I did not see exactly what happened on that.
Cloud missing the first. Comley gets the second 3-point ball game. 2.9 to play. Bradford to trigger. Baseball pass. Mitchell there to try and break it up. McDonald. And the Mystics get revenge after losing in Atlanta on Sunday. And that will be win number 350 for head coach and the most winningest coach in WNBA history in Mike Thibault. A huge ball game from Teresa Plaisance in the absence of Tina Charles and Ariel Atkins. And we're going to let the fans bring this in for a moment. These Mystics fans celebrating their team right now as they get the win.
Simply incredible. Megan, just a fantastic display of teamwork, grit, fight, poise in the face of adversity.
They get the 3-point win. They trailed for most of this ball game. It went back and forth, and they get the 3-point win. And we welcome in head coach Mike Thibault. Coach, congratulations on 350. You lose Tina Charles. We knew that ahead of time. And Teresa Plaisance, you got a fantastic game from her in that absence. What did you see in her tonight?
Well, she's stayed every day, just trying to get her 3-point shot back. And we needed every one of them tonight. She played with great poise. You know, she got a little bit of foul trouble, but we've been trying to keep her from fouling so much so she can stay on the floor a little bit longer. And that was a sensational effort. I mean, by the whole group. I mean, that was fun to coach tonight. It was fun to play like that. I wouldn't want to have to do that every single night, but it was fun.
And Coach, congratulations. First of all, 350 wins, just amazing. And you know how I feel about you. But Ariel Atkins, what a fantastic showing of grit and hustle. What was it that made the difference in her game for the team tonight?
Well, I mean, you know, I mean, it's simple. I mean, she made a lot of shots. She made a lot of big plays. But this one, I mean, even for all the shots she made, she'll be the first to tell you that this was an unbelievable effort from all of them. You know, we're basically playing 6 people for most of the game after Maisha got hurt. You know, this just wasn't a game yet for Stella. She doesn't have enough experience yet for this. But I don't know what it's going to look like tomorrow, how many bodies we can even have walk in the place. But, you know, the grit that you're talking about, that went throughout our team, and Ariel leads it every night. She and Tasha are the epitome of it.
Coach, we appreciate you taking some time. Congratulations once again. Go enjoy this with your team.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
The most winningest coach in WNBA history. And on a night where he said it himself, he needed everything from this team, he got the win. As we take a look at our final stats for this evening, Christy, a fantastic game by all. And it was really, look at the assists and points in the paint.
Well, I just love what he said about how Ariel Atkins and Natasha Cloud bring that grit night in and night out. And when you see that Ariel Atkins and Teresa Plaisance combined for 20 of 31 from the floor, that's why the Mystics shot nearly 50%. 49% as a team, knocked in 13 threes. And I think the 34 points in the paint, that's what I like most. And I know both teams had that, but the fact that Washington got in the paint with the staunch defense that Atlanta presents every game, I think that's most impressive. But the overall fight is what Coach Tebow said, and I concur.
We'll be back here Saturday evening against the Indiana Fever. They lost by 10 to Seattle. What are you expecting from that ballgame?
Well, Indiana is a team that's fighting for wins. And you see they're playing a team like Seattle to only a 5-possession game. That means they're coming. They're hungry. So that's going to be what I am looking for from Indiana. But like Coach Tebow said, he doesn't even know if he's going to have enough healthy bodies to walk in for practice tomorrow. So we'll see what that looks like for Washington in terms of their depth or lack thereof.
They get the 3-point win over Atlanta. Atkins with 31, Plaisance with 25, and a double-double from the floor general and Natasha Cloud. For my broadcast partner, Christy Winter-Scott, our entire production crew here, I'm Megan McPeak signing off from the Entertainment and Sports Arena. The Mystics are back in action Saturday at 7 p.m. hosting the Indiana Fever. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and thank you so much. Good night, DMV.